Welcome to Mental Game Mastery, where we dive into the world of sports psychology and peak performance, designed for you to level up your athletic career.
So, what makes a great athlete? Is it just natural talent? Is it just the relentless hours of training, or is there something more to it? Something embedded deep in the athlete's psyche? From the fiercely competitive athletes who thrive on challenges to the natural talents who make it all look easy, each athlete carries a distinct psychological profile. Hey there, athletes. I'm your host, Coach P, bringing you mental performance insights and stories from being in the trenches of athletic coaching. As a mental performance coach, I get the privilege to work with all athletes across all sports. So today we're discussing a fun and interesting aspect to the mental game, athlete archetypes. And this isn't giving an athlete a label or putting them into a specific end-all be-all category. It's about understanding the mental blueprints that drive champions, shape athletic journeys, and create legends. So in today's episode, we are going to uncover a few of these archetypes. We'll explore how identifying and embracing these personas can not only enhance an athlete's performance, but also transform coaching strategies, team dynamics, and even the way your fans connect with you. Each archetype has its unique strengths, weaknesses, and characteristics, which can help athletes gain insight into their own personality and behavior patterns. However, it is important to note that these archetypes are not meant to be limiting or define a person, but rather a starting point for self-reflection and personal growth. So let's unlock the minds behind the champions. Let's reveal the characters in the arena and discover what makes the legends tick. So imagine with me an athlete who lives for the game, who thrives under pressure, and whose greatest thrill comes from outperforming the competition. This is the heart of the champion, the relentless pursuer of victory, the competitor. The competitor doesn't just play the game, they live for it and they redefine it. But what makes an athlete like this? What sets them apart isn't just their skill, it's their mindset. They possess an innate desire to win that fuels them to push harder, go further, and never give up. But it's not all about the glory on the field or the court. The competitor's mindset influences their entire approach to training and preparation. They set high goals, they embrace challenges, and they view setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow. And in my over a decade of coaching, I've seen many competitors. They're the ones who are first in the gym and the last to leave. Their determination is unmatched, but it's also important to channel this drive so that it adds value to the team, to focus on being a great teammate just as much as individual achievement. Balancing this drive with being a great teammate can be a challenge for competitors. So competitors need to seek out the right challenges, look for leadership opportunities, and ensure that this competitive nature is both celebrated and balanced. So how about you? Are you a competitor? Do you feel that fire, that urge to be the best, to win at all costs? Or maybe you coach competitors. How do you harness their drive to benefit the whole team? Now let's talk about a different but equally important player. So imagine with me the athlete who puts the team's victory above personal accolades, who thrives on collaboration and supports their teammates unconditionally. This type of player is the backbone, the glue of any successful team, and that's the team player. They may not always be the star of the show, but their contribution is invaluable in creating a winning team dynamic. And what are the traits of the team player? This player is characterized by their collaborative spirit, their ability to listen, and their ability to boost team morale. They're the ones who remember that sports is not just about individual brilliance, but about how well you work together as a unit. So let's look at the New Zealand All Blacks, for example. They're known for their legendary haka dance, but this rugby team exemplifies the team player archetype. It's not just about physical ability. It's their unity, their sense of brotherhood that has led them to one of the highest winning percentages of all teams in the world. All athletes can have a mix of team player in them because you understand the importance. Team players communicate, emphasize the value of teamwork in achieving common goals. Team players influence the locker room, team meetings, and outside the organization and the community. Team players are often the mediator, the one who resolves conflicts and ensures that the team keeps the main thing the main thing. The challenge for the team player, however, is finding the balance between supporting the team and recognizing their own self-worth. They need to remember that their contributions, though sometimes subtle, are important to the team's success. As a team player, know that your selflessness, your dedication to the team is what makes champions. The true strength of a team lies not in the individual talent, but in the collective effort. And you champion that effort. So now picture with me an athlete who seems to have been born to play their sport. They pick up skills effortlessly, outperform competitors with seemingly minimal effort, and are often labeled as prodigies. That's a natural archetype, and I was not one of those. But what really makes a natural? Is it just raw talent, or is there more to it? So let's start with that naturals are athletes who display an innate ability in their sport. Their abilities seem almost predestined. But here's the catch. Being a natural has its own set of challenges. The biggest challenge is dealing with expectations. When you're naturally talented, the world expects constant excellence. And this pressure can be overwhelming, which reinforces the need for a solid mental game. And then there's the aspect of continuous improvement. The danger in being a natural is the early success. But because of this early success, now this athlete needs to maintain and build on it. They need to work just as hard as anyone else, sometimes even harder. At the highest levels, everyone is talented. What sets this athlete apart? Hard work? They all work hard. If they don't, they won't be a professional for long. So what's the separator? It's about focusing not just on physical skills, but also on mental and emotional development. As I discussed the natural, this is a requirement for all athletes. But because it's easy for the natural, it's also important for this athlete to set personal goals beyond the awards and winning. Goals that focus on their process of self-improvement, in learning new skills or overcoming specific challenges. This keeps them motivated and grounded. Not just naturals, but all athlete types I discussed. Don't forget the importance of mental health. Being an athlete is hard, so regular check-ins with a mental performance coach can be invaluable. For the athletes I work with, we navigate the pressure in order to stay focused on the love of the process rather than just the outcome. And if you're a natural, remember to have a balanced approach to nurture your gift, ensuring that you grow, not just in the game you play, but as a resilient individual. And the last type of athlete that we will discuss in this episode not only sees the sport as a physical challenge, but a chess match that requires forward thinking, planning, and mental agility. And this is the strategist. They are the masterminds. Think of the athletes that have the most comeback wins. And my mind goes to the quarterback that has the most all-time comeback wins, Tom Brady. Brady was a tactician when it came to slinging the football. But what really sets the strategist apart is their analytical approach. Strategists study the game. They spend hours analyzing plays, understanding their opponents, and devising tactics. It's their mental approach that gives them an edge. So speaking of Brady, let's watch this clip of him talking with Coach Belichick on how to game plan for Ed Reed, one of the greatest NFL defensive backs of all time.
Quarterback, yeah. He's always moving. One thing about playing against Ed is you're always so aware of where he is. It's almost, it's not like he sneaks up on you, or he can't sneak up on you. But I remember we played him in the rain here 5 years ago. I mean, every time you break the huddle, that's who you're looking at. You're not going, okay, let's just snap the ball and read this out. You're going, okay, where's he at?
Yeah. Yep. He's on the quarterback. He's on him. Doesn't even take this Vincent Jackson running right past him.
Unbelievable. You could put, Julian on the inside because Ed's going to be driving.
Yep.
And then when you break back out high to the flag, if that corner starts running high for the backside post, then you can throw the flag too.
Oh, you're saying let Ed dive on it and then bring it back out?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Let Ed take it, and then when Ed takes it, then the Z whips it back to the
Right. I got you.
To the flag.
I got you.
And then Ed's kind of in no man's land. Then you have everything.
Right.
And then Randy's in a tight split, and then you can run him back on a cross across the field if it's like one cover.
Right.
Maybe you have two plays like that in the plan that take advantage of, figuring out what they're running.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Did you notice the attention to detail? Imagine being Ed Reed and two of the greatest are breaking down how you play. Having been in thousands of hours of film study and live scouting, much respect for any athlete that opposing coaches and players have to study to find that one weakness in order to take advantage. I think that is one aspect that athletes sometimes forget. Your game is being picked apart, but that's an episode for another time. The strategist is also calm under pressure. In high pressure situations, while others might let emotions take over, the strategist remains cool, always thinking several steps ahead. And then there's their leadership. It's not always loud, obnoxious, or overt. A strategist leads by example through their understanding of the game and their ability to make smart decisions when it counts. Strategists need the intellectual challenge. They thrive on complex game scenarios and strategic problem solving. And as a coach, I often find myself in deep tactical, strategical discussions with these athletes, which can be incredibly rewarding. I want athletes to be students of the game. Who knows, they might be a future coach in the making. And for the strategists listening, remember, while your analytical mind is your greatest asset, don't forget the physical and emotional aspects of the game. Balancing all of it is to truly master your sport. And we've been exploring the fascinating world of athlete archetypes, diving into the traits that define the competitor, the team player, the natural, and the strategist. But now, it's your turn to join the conversation. I want to hear from you. Which of these archetypes resonates with you the most? Or if you're a coach, which archetype do you come across most frequently in your athletes? So here's how you can participate. Post a comment. Let's get the conversation going. Or head over to my social media platforms. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. How you find me is listed in the description. And let me know what archetype you think you are. Are you a driven competitor, always seeking to outdo your last performance? Or maybe you're the strategist, analyzing every play and always 2 steps ahead in the game. And if you're truly interested, one of the most structured ways to identify your personality and strengths is through self-assessment tools. And these assessments are designed to provide insights into your personality, skills, and talents. And you might have heard of some of these before, like the Gallup StrengthsFinder, which focuses on your top talents and how to leverage them. Then there's the Myers-Briggs, or one that I like, the 16 Personalities Assessment, which can give you insights into your personality type and how it aligns with certain kinds of tasks or roles. So if you haven't already, I highly recommend taking at least one of these tests. The insights can help reveal your strengths. Now, self-assessment tools are great, but they shouldn't be your only resource. Don't be shy. This is more than just a discussion. It's a community of like-minded individuals passionate about strengthening their mental game and achieving their level of peak performance. So share your insights, learn from others, and be a part of our growing mental game mastery community. The mental game is just as important as the physical one. And as we wrap up today's episode, remember, recognizing and nurturing different athlete archetypes can lead to groundbreaking achievements. Thank you for listening to Mental Game Mastery. Embrace the pressure, embrace the challenges, play to the best of your ability, and remember, the time is now.